being an international superstar, I'm going to go down to wearing pajamas all day long, I think. Hey guys, how's it going, eh? Todd the Cheap Drums guy. So, interesting week. As you know, Wednesday, I took receipt of the SPL Sound Percussion Lab model 468 snare in the 8-inch. And I ordered the 6-inch one, and due to all the mix-up with the ordering, some on my part and some on their part, the 8-inch arrived. I made a poor assumption that they sent it to make me happy because of all the mix-ups with the 6-inch, but I was wrong. It was an honest mistake on their part. Now, being the honest guy that I am, I called Guitar Center the next day and talked to the assistant manager named Ellie at the Southfield, Michigan store. Very nice lady, very helpful, very apologetic. And I explained to her what happened, and she goes, oh, well, there was a mistake. So, and I inquired, well, I'm going to keep this snare. You know, whatever you want, I'm going to keep the snare. I'm going to either, I want to pay the difference. You know, I feel bad because I got the wrong product, but it was a better product, and so I wanted to make up the difference. I didn't want to send it back. And she goes, well, let me call my boss. Now, a couple people sent me messages that said, don't contact them, don't do it, just keep it and, you know, let them deal with it. Honesty is the best policy. So I called Ellie, and Ellie called her boss, and then yesterday, well, actually 2 days ago on Thursday, they called me back, and she said, Todd, under the circumstances with what happened, it's all good on our end. You can keep the snare. You know, we apologize for the mix-up. And I said, there's no reason to apologize. I got a better product out of it. They didn't make me pay the extra. It would have been more hassle than anything to send it back down to Southfield and then send the right one up anyway. So they let me keep the 8-inch. And she did say that she appreciates me being honest as I was. Most people wouldn't have done that. But anyways, so this morning I got up and made a couple videos, both with using the original head that it came with, which was this coated Remo UT, a Chinese made one. But actually the head is it's really nice head. It's not what you'd expect. It's a lot better quality than I thought. I may put this one back on there, but for now I have it off. I had two new Aquarian heads, Studio X and a High Energy that I could have put on here, but I opted to put a Remo coated Ambassador on there. I'm like, I got to give Remo some love. It's probably the most used drum head out there. You know, I'd be foolish if I, you know, didn't try it out myself. So that's what I put it on. And what I was going to do though was with the original head is hit it how I've got it tuned now. Again, I'm learning tuning the idiosyncrasies of it. I'm not an expert, and sound is subjective though. How I hear the snare sitting above it, how it projects to me is different than you're going to hear it on there. You might hear a little extra ringing or whatnot, but from right here it sounds pretty good. But I was going to play it just as with the stock, just stock, and then add a moon gel, take the moon gel off, put an Aquarian Studio ring on it, and then put Steve's Big Fat Donut on there from Big Fat Snare Drum or whatever it's called. Well, I made a mistake on the videos and putting them together. It kind of cut me off right there, which is good, then you get to see my face, but I didn't want to go back and put the head back on and then essentially start fresh. So I'm just going to take off now from where I'm at, and I do have, like I said, a Remo coated Emperor on here now, and I got it at a tuning that from right here sounds really good to me, so I'll let you hear what it sounds like. little bit of ring. Let's go with 1 moon gel. One of my dog's hairs. Okay, now an Aquarian 14-inch studio ring. And it's got to be centered. The name's got to be centered up there, or it'll just get my OCD all tripping out. Okay. Now, this is something I just got the other day. I had a $25 gift card given to me, and you really can't buy much with a $25 gift card. But I opted to go with this. This is the Big Fat Snare Drum. Steve's Donut is called. I believe these come in 3 different sizes. One is just a single 1-inch ring that's like not unlike the Aquarian Studio ring. And then it comes with this one. This is the Big Fat Donut. And then I think the third one does not have this hole cut out of the center. But I really like this thing. And the people I usually order stuff from, Sweetwater and Guitar Center, I think these were out at the time. They were sold out. So I opted to order this off of Amazon. And the people who sell off Amazon, they really took them a while to get off their butt to actually send this. And it took 2 days longer to get this than it did the snare drum. But I really like the sound of this thing. Holy crap, just awesome. But this is what she sounds like. From here, it's that funky 70s sound. You know what I'm saying? Can you dig it? Oh, man, that thing is just absolutely lovely. Oh, I like that thing. You probably notice on Candy Stain here that I changed the heads because this kit did have Evans hydraulics on it. However, the red just didn't really go with the kit the way it looked. So I opted to switch heads with the Premier kit, and I put the hydraulics on it. And it was funny, I didn't like the hydraulics really on there so much. The Premier is a birch kit with the deeper toms, and birch is a denser wood than poplar, so it's going to project more. The species really didn't matter too much, it's just the density of the wood. But once I put those on there, and I actually tuned them a bit higher than I normally would, and it toned the drums down, but it also warmed it up quite a bit, and it actually sounds a lot better than it did before, I thought. But I opted to put its G2s on the poplar kit, and I'll let you hear what they sound like on this. And I've got it kind of at a dull, flat sound, which I like. Oh. This one's deep. That one I do have to work on a bit. That sounds too flat. But anyways, that's where I'm at right now with the sound percussion snare. And I am really happy with this purchase. And I'd buy it again. If something happens to this one, without question, I'd buy this again. This time of year is 2023, It's January the 7th, I think, or 8th. I'm not sure. I can't keep track. But I get my quarterly bonus coming up. And my birthday's coming in May. Now, my birthday in May, I have reserved for, if they still have them left, is a brand new Premier snare drum. And I'm going to order that from Gear for Music in England. Unfortunately, like if you order a snare drum in the United States, a used one here, like from Guitar Center, it's like $10 shipping. Just to send the snare over from England, it's $60 in shipping, which I'm not happy about. But it's a brand new Premier snare drum. Granted, it's not the Premier of old. It doesn't say made in England. It's not made in their factory in Leicester, unfortunately. It's probably a Taiwanese made one, but it's still coming from England. So, and it's a Premier. But that's what I've got reserved for my birthday. That's what I want. And snares I'll be buying now and again to add to my collection. But even though she's not happy about it, I said I'm buying one more drum set. And that's going to be another Premier. It'll probably be used. She doesn't want me spending the money on a brand new one, and I understand why, because you know they're not cheap. But I have my eye on two Premier kits as we speak, both in Guitar Center. One's in Southfield, Michigan, which is a Premier Olympic drum set, a blue one. It's been there for quite some time, and this is one of the, even for an Olympic, this is on the lower scale. It's got the ratchet style toms, and I really don't like those toms, so I might end up changing the tom mounts if I get that. And I'll probably change the badges. I'll put the better Premier Olympic badges on it, because it's just got those tiny little ones. But the second kit is in Pasadena, California, and it's a Premier Cabria. And if that's around in time for my when bonus comes around, maybe I'll get that one. Neither one of them comes with the snare though, unfortunately. I really want to go with the Olympic, but the price is a lot more. But if it does come down, I'll look into it. But that'll be for my bonus when that comes up, and I'm really excited about that, because you know, I've been looking at both these sets for a while now, and you know, I look through them all, and not too many of them really grab my attention. Even the higher end ones really don't grab my attention, but these two have. So we have that to look forward to in the next month or two, and that'll round me off with 4 acoustic sets that I can swap out. So 1 week, you know, out of a month, I got a drum set for each week of the month. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, let me get the hell on out of here. I'm Todd, the Cheap Drums Guy, and you guys have a fabulous weekend, and be safe out there, people.